What's up, guys? I'm in my scrubs today. Work day here in my office. You guys hear me? What's up, Dion? Daniel on? If you don't recognize me, it's Julie. I got my glasses on, my sweatshirt on.
Happy New Year, Julie.
Happy New Year, guys. Guess what happened to me yesterday as we're letting everybody jump on? So I got like a robbery attempt at my house yesterday.
Ouch.
Yeah, pretty scary stuff. Pretty brazen, actually. I was actually just sitting in my garage in my car with the garage door open, and my garage is at least 150 feet off the street. It's pretty kind of set back. And I'm sitting in there in my garage, lights on. It's like 7:30 in the morning, listening, because I spend 2 hours every morning just studying so I can educate myself and bring good content to all you guys. And I'm sitting in the car and I see something out of my peripheral. I look over and there's a freaking guy standing in my garage. Not a guy that I would want to have standing in my garage. Let's put it that way. And he didn't know I was in the car. And he walked right up into my garage. And I haven't even told Joe this yet. And it scared the shit out of me, to say the least. And my cars were unlocked. So I mean, he came all the way up almost to my interior door of my house. And I just laid on the horn real hard, and he did not run away. He still looked around and he looked straight at me, figured out I was in the car, and then he turned around and kind of shuffle walked down my driveway. You know, I got out when I knew he was far enough away. I started screaming at him, and my neighbor had come out, heard my horn, and he kind of went up around the corner from my house. And then I stood there for a minute and I saw the pickup car. If you guys know what I mean, they come and they drop one guy off in the neighborhood. He does all the robbery stuff and then they pick him up. And so I see the pickup car sitting behind a bush at my neighbor's. And I start staring at him, and you know what he does? He pulls out right in front of my house, this guy in the pickup car, and he stays there and stares at me. All the windows are blacked out. You know I can't see him. He stood there intimidating me, staring at me as I stood in my driveway. I thought I was having like a Boys in the Hood moment, that he was going to like roll down the window and pop me. It was super scary. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with over here in the last couple of days. That's why I look like this. I'm behind, and yet here I am talking to you guys. So what's up, everybody? Justin, thanks for joining us. Justin Canberra, guys, we did a kick-ass podcast that we recorded this week with Justin that you guys are all going to get to enjoy here in the next few weeks, where we talk about how Justin has, uses his Amazon stock options and stuff. What are they called? RMUs? What are we calling those? RSUs? RSUs to buy. He's up to like 28 buildings and 62 units, I think. So you guys are going to get to hear maybe from him today, but as well as, how awesome that is. If you have a W-2 job and you have stock options, what a great opportunity that people probably don't know how to use those properly. But Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. So we'll just jump on here. We'll see if we make it for the full hour today. Because I don't know who's around on New Year's. People might already be. Look at Justin's already drinking a beer right there. So I don't know who's getting, celebrating early today or what. But so does anybody have anything they want to share? Anything they need help on? The initial stuff on this group when we kick off every week is first, as before we go meet maybe some new people or people that we haven't seen in a while, we'll say hello to you. But does anybody have a challenge, or anybody need help with anything, on a deal, on a partnership, on anything they need help with, a question that we can use our collective genius here and answer for you guys? Anything, anybody working on they need help with, or opinions on, or anything? Or are you guys all just good to go? Aaron's good to go. Okay, well, if nobody wants to speak up, I'm just going to start saying hi to people. Hey, Dante, what's up? Unmic yourself.
Hey, how's it going? Hear me okay?
Hey, tell us what you do in real estate. You may have joined us before, but I I personally drink too much wine, so I don't recommend and recognize everybody all the time. So tell us what you're doing in real
But
estate.
yeah, first time here actually.
Cool.
Beginning of the year, I did like a pretty big house hack where I bought a house in LA, and I have 9 bedrooms. It had 8 bedrooms, but I do 9. So I do kind of a co-living thing, and that's been going well. Has really good cash flow. So I'm trying to figure out how to scale that. So I'm in the process of determining. I'm partnering with some friends that are interested in using their incomes to continue to qualify for houses. So looking to kind of scale that. And I found you guys watching some podcasts actually through YouTube that I found
Cool.
on how to make sure you set up entities and whatnot to continue
Okay.
qualifying for. So it looks good for lending basically.
Are you in LA right now?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. And you're living in that co-living house?
Yep. I'm moving now as soon as I can. 2 more months, and then hopefully doing it again.
Sweet. So you knew that was your plan going in. You did it purposefully, right?
Yeah.
Are you have you heard our podcast with Joe? You want to drop it in the chat there? With what are they called? What's the name of the co-living group? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, the recent one with
Yeah.
I don't know, I forgot her name.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was
one.
kind of how the big boys are doing it, right? That was pretty
Yeah.
interesting to hear. Yep.
Super good stuff. Really interesting to hear on that sort of stuff. But anybody else doing any type of co-living here on uh, the group today? There is a guy up here in Seattle. He's like the guy that's been all over famous kind of for doing it. Do you guys remember what his name is here, local guy? He's been like all over every news thing and every podcast you can think of. He's a local guy that I'm trying to.
I think I heard his podcast a while back on
Todd
Bigger
Baldwin.
Pockets.
Yeah, Todd Baldwin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, I think we're trying to get him on our podcast too. So awesome. Dante, thanks for joining us. So is that going to be your niche then? You're going to go for the co-living stuff?
Yep. Still evaluating, seeing if it makes sense to scale up in different markets, but it's an interesting place to find because it has to be. I'm looking for a low price point so I can be easily scalable, but at the same time, it has to be kind of a affordability, not problem, but I guess a little bit of a problem. So people want to live with other people, with that many other people. But
yeah. Has the COVID thing affected it at all?
So I got the house up and running during COVID. And surprisingly, yes, it probably slowed it down a little bit, but it was still filled up. It still got filled up. It just took a little longer, I think. The younger demographic doesn't really care as much.
I think the co-living thing is going to be is going to continue to be huge. And I actually, my grand ideas, I sit around and think about big ideas all the time. And one of my big ideas was that I want to do the co-living model more for like I call it like a Golden Girls community, where you get, some older folks have big homes that they don't need to use all the space anymore, but they're more comfortable in their own home. And so you take their big home and you basically convert it to like a Golden Girls community where you move in other, people of the same age, right? And maybe it's a way. So what I've been working on with some of my smart friends, I don't know if you guys, first of all, if you guys didn't listen to the Kevin Kalinsky podcast from last week, an accumulation of small benefits, everybody needs to listen. Kevin is going to be our man going forward on structured real estate, along with Troy, Fisher, and Mariska, and Larry, and myself. That is a focus for 2021, that we are going to go high. We're going to go high level, deep dive on structured real estate and creative real estate transactions. All the different techniques you can use with lease options or just options or different types of seller financing terms. And Kevin, we've been so lucky to be introduced to through Troy. Listen to that podcast to kick off 2021. It's the most recent one we dropped with Kevin Kalinsky, called a collection of small or an accumulation of small benefits. But I think it's gonna give you guys some advantages going into this next year. But good stuff. Anybody else? What's up, Willie?
Hi guys.
How you doing? Where are you at? Are you in Seattle area?
Yes, I am in Seattle.
Yep. And what's your discipline in real estate? What do you do in real estate or getting into?
This I'm very new. I'm very green. I purchased my first property in October. YouTube is very smart. I found you guys through YouTube, and I was just plowing through videos, and you guys popped up, and I just been following you guys for months. So I'm glad to be here. I just need to add some things to my tool bag essentially. Um, I'm looking to purchase my second house hack probably next year
And
in
did you say
Seattle.
you're in Seattle? Okay, you're in Seattle
Yep.
area?
Yep.
Well, you are in the right place. And so we are so happy to have you guys join us. Thank you so much. And by the way, any of you guys can call me at any time. We'll talk about that at the end too. Like you don't have to wait till a Thursday. But so Willie, did you intentionally buy that house in October as your first, is it a flip or what is it?
No, it's not a flip. It's buy and hold.
Okay,
Um,
good.
I guess for me, I don't know enough to have different things, do like creative financing or seller financing yet. I just don't know those things yet. So that's why I'm here. But my plan is just to scale up by house hacking. I think for me, coming from Mississippi, like things are very expensive here. So
Oh, yes.
to get the best financing terms, this is the best way to do it. So I
How'd
think
you
that's my
purchase
strategy
this
for right
one?
now.
So did you move in? Are you doing a house hack?
Yeah, I'm doing a house hack right now.
Awesome. So great. Well, please use us as your resource. I mean, we are very plugged in, whether it doesn't matter where you guys are. We know people everywhere. And no question is a dumb question. In fact, some of the newer investors, when you guys ask questions, it actually helps all of us because some of us might not ask those questions, right? So super awesome to have you here with us, Willie, and let us know. Are you having any challenges right now? Do you need any referrals for contractors or any of that stuff?
Um, Not right now. I would say the biggest thing that I'm looking for would be a realtor that's well versed in duplex conversions
Okay.
or something in that realm. I found a bank that is similar to the VA loan, which is what I use for this property.
Oh, great.
But it's Banner Bank. They have their own version of the VA loan where you only have to put 1% down. So I'm looking for a realtor that's well versed in the duplex conversion realm.
Well, does anybody here want to raise their hand for that? Because we got some realtors here. I don't want to steal all the leads, even though it's my show. I like to hand them out here. Does anybody want to help Willie? If not Willie, I'm a real estate broker and I'm definitely skilled at all that stuff and I can help you. But if
Okay.
anybody else here wants to help Willie, please raise your hand. Dion, go ahead.
Something I'd like to say to Willie first, a lot of veterans, we don't know that your VA loan can be used more than once. There's a limit amount on the value of the loan, not how many properties you have. So it's entirely possible to use your VA loan for that next house hack too, just in case this lending doesn't work out for you.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's the second tier entitlement. I don't have enough for that. So it's like this is the best alternative versus a FHA 203K streamline. This is the best alternative where you just put 1% down. So yeah, for me, this is the way to do it. I think my plan is to essentially refinance the VA loan into a conventional and just redo that process. But I mean, that's 2 or 3 years down the road though.
Hey, Willie, I want you to meet Dion. Dion, also veteran and using that. You guys should, Dion, are you open to being a mentor for Willie?
He could probably teach me things, but I'm absolutely willing to help if you have any questions. I'll message you my email.
Yeah, or you
I
guys
greatly appreciate that.
drop your contact information in the chat as well, because some other people might want to talk to you guys too. But we got your back, Willie. Whatever you need, just let us know.
Awesome.
Stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job taking action, getting started too. Anybody else? What's going
Just a question
on?
for Willie. Just a question for Willie. What kind of conversion are you doing on the duplex? I wasn't clear on that. Are you trying to condo convert it, or are you just doing an upgrade to the units?
Well, essentially essentially what I'm looking for is a basement and just turn the basement into an ADU.
Oh, okay. Excellent. We did that in my house. It's a great way to earn income.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. Aaron, Aaron is a broker, Willie.
Broker and a flipper and a renovator, yeah. So,
Yeah,
Awesome.
actually,
Awesome.
I think the two of you, rather than me step in, Aaron, Willie needs a broker that knows that stuff to help him out. And I think the two of you could work together.
that'd be
Awesome.
awesome. Yeah, I just helped 2 other buyers get houses that they're going to house hack with rentable space and renovations and stuff. So, yeah, I'd love to chat with you about that, Willie. I'll put my info in the chat for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, of course.
This is like speed dating, you guys. This is what we do. We're gonna hook you guys all up, right? If any of you guys have a good looking brother, I'm available as well. That's all I'm saying. Just put it out there. All right. So who else? Anybody else need help with anything specifically before we keep going around the horn a little bit and see what we can kick around?
This is Linda. Can you hear me?
Hi, Linda.
Hi. We just spoke the other day, and so this is my first meeting. So good to meet everybody virtually. And my question that I also posted the other day was, I'm still looking for a lawyer, a real estate attorney who is comfortable doing wrap mortgages. I've done notes on houses that were free and clear, but I'm looking for a real estate attorney that will do wrap mortgages if they're doing seller financing or I'm taking over existing debt. And Julie, you recommended someone, so I contacted that person, and the response that I got was, well, we do wrap mortgages, but we can't do one if there's an underlying loan with a due on sale clause, which is kind of the point of doing a wrap mortgage. So I don't understand that response.
That was Dale Galvin's office that said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any recommendation for her? It was Snohomish County kind of you were looking for though, right?
Well, I live in
matters.
King County, but anybody in the greater Puget Sound area, but I live in King County but I invest, broadly in Puget Sound.
Does anybody have anybody for her? Otherwise I can get somebody else for you.
Okay. And my other question is, I've been just closing deals in LLCs, which has been fine, but a lot of other investors are using land trusts, and I have found an attorney's office, they do not do wrap mortgages. I've already asked them, but I'm working with a new firm now that they do asset planning and entities and taxes, and so it's good that it's all in one place. But they do land trusts, but they're very, very slow, like weeks to develop a land trust, which seems very excessive to me. And in talking with other investors, particularly those that do this all the time out of state, it's like this should take 2 minutes and almost like you need a template to do it, and they can do it in a day. So I'm wondering, I think I'm still going to go with them, even though they take forever to develop a land trust. But then now I'm talking to escrow people about closing and taking title into a land trust, and I try to frame it as this is just a guarantor trust. This is not this is just a regular trust like someone's living trust. And they still sort of resist that. And land trusts I know are not used as much in Washington as other states. So is there an escrow company that that closes that will close for you, and so I can take title in a land trust for anonymity?
Anybody have an answer? I actually don't have an answer either for you on that one at this moment, because we don't use a lot of land trusts here, like you said. Who's the attorney that you have working on it right now?
I'm with Anderson Business Advisors, who do all kinds of stuff, and they do taxes and they're realtors and all of that. They will do the land trust, but I don't know if it's just their internal backlog, but they take a long time. So I'm still struggling with that a little bit, but I'm also then now trying to find an escrow company that will deal with land trusts. And investors all over do this all the time. And it's just, Washington is just weird.
I wonder if actually Anderson Advisors, don't you use them, Troy? Do you use them? Troy, Aaron, do you use Anderson Advisors? No? Okay. I wonder if they actually have a escrow recommendation.
I've asked them, they're still weeks and weeks have gone by. I still haven't gotten an answer. So I still persist. But
okay. Sandra, did you have something you want to add?
No, I just want to make sure Anderson would have been my recommendation, but also to consult them on things. The other thing is, what about checking with, I I'm thinking a couple of title reps, maybe some sales reps that might be able to make some recommendations on title companies to try, or escrow companies, I would say.
Sales reps. So
Like I know some sales reps that are, they sell title, right? So they go to escrow companies to have them use them for title. I'm just wondering, since they use lots of different escrow companies, if potentially that resource kind of, I'm looking at a creative way to go around what avenues you might be trying.
So their sales rep, who did they work for? I'm still not getting that.
Well, like Fidelity Title, for example, is the one that I know. So she had, so an escrow company that would use Fidelity Title or brokers or what have you, they go around and try to, you know, get their business that way. So they know lots of different offices is what I'm thinking.
Lisa Schultz with Chicago Title. She's one of the smartest people I know, and she would be a great contact for a question like that. So I can, I'll put her name and number. She's actually how I found out about Seattle Investors Club, but she's really good.
She is good. I actually pinged her to try to get her on here today. So your question is, you're looking for an escrow company that will close in the land trust.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm just going to throw this. Does everybody? I'm going to throw it in two places, and we'll see while we're on the horn here today. If I'm just throwing it, everybody knows I'm throwing it into SIC and also into WARI. Does anyone know of an escrow company?
Linda, are you using a Wyoming LLC the way that Anderson often suggests for being anonymous, like you're talking about?
I have that as my holding company, and I have one as the nominee trustee of the land trust. But the actual land trust is, so my ultimate holding company, yes, is a Wyoming LLC. Yes. Okay.
So I just threw your question out onto two of our main forums here and just see if anybody responds back.
Okay, thanks.
To that right there. So let's move on past that. Anybody else got anything? Anybody else have anything they need help with?
Can I just go?
Yeah, go ahead, Kathy.
Okay. Yeah, Kathy, this is my first time getting your emails, and so first time I attended, and I think I know Linda.
Hi,
maybe.
Kathy.
Hi. Yeah, we know her. We know each other from another club.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys in Fox and what's the RIA? The RIA?
No, the Reaps.
Yeah, belong to Reaps.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But this is So I just joined, and I've been doing real estate for a while, but I've kind of venturing off into
real estate. Kathy,
Pardon?
what do you do in real estate? You're an investor, a broker, lender?
Investor. I'm just getting involved in private money lending. Private money as a broker through another real estate training organization. But I've had multi-family investing in the Texas market. And
Does that mean that you're wanting to be a private money lender?
no, I have studied for that, so I have that.
You want to be a private money broker?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
So anybody needing money for properties that they're flipping, this would be for vacant properties.
Gotcha.
Yeah, please get us your information, in terms as well. Like it's really helpful to know, because a lot of people do say, hey, I want to lend money, but we don't always know like the types of properties they want to lend on, the kind of the amounts that they're comfortable with, locations and terms. Any information on that will make it a lot easier to contact you and know that you want to be participating in certain types of deals. For sure. So love to hear about that.
Does this group meet monthly?
Weekly, right here.
Oh, weekly. Oh, every Thursday.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep, same time,
Well,
same place.
I'll get more
And
information on that, and
I want to
can-
remind you guys all that also, if you own properties that have equity in them, and you have the opportunity through our friends at Flynn Family Lending to cross collateralize your properties, and where you can use the equity out of one of your properties and cross collateralize that to purchase more properties, whether you need down payment money or just access to extra capital temporarily or however long, right? I mean, you got to keep the loan to value probably at around 75-80% still. But for those of you that have equity, more equity in any of your properties, maybe even including your primary, make sure that you get in touch with and check out Flynn Family Lending. And also we've done podcasts with them. You can go back to our YouTube page for Seattle Investors Club, and you can find the podcast with Beth Johnson, unless Joe wants to throw it down there so you guys are all aware of the power of cross collateralizing and the access. They do seconds, they're not afraid to do second lien positions and stuff like that. Again, the terms aren't necessarily going to be 8% and whatever, it might be a little bit more. But again, anything can be underwritten and penciled out if you just know what numbers you need to use and work your deals accordingly. So let's keep moving on. How do I say your name? Milov? Unmic yourself. Say hi.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Hi. How do we say your name?
Milov? Yeah, you said it right.
Awesome. Well, welcome. What's up?
Yeah,
Tell us what you're up to.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, this is the first time actually I'm joining this meet as well, and I'm just starting out in real estate investing.
Are you in Seattle or where are you at?
I'm in Seattle currently. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually put a message in chat as well. I'm just starting out, so I would kind of prefer to work with some of the property managers to manage one of the properties. It took me about more than a year to find a deal, pretty much, and recently we closed on one. So looking for property managers who can help with like rent by room kind of scenario, because it's really hard to cash flow in this market. So I figured that would be ideal scenario. Yep.
So you bought a big house and you want to go with the rent by the room model?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we can get Dante to give you when he comes back.
Sure.
He's probably just grabbing his New Year's Eve cocktail that's probably where he's at. But we can get him to give you some advice since that's what his business model is as well. So
yeah, that would be great.
If we show him back up, we'll ask him about that. How about anybody else? Where's it? Tom, what's up, Tom?
Oh, this is Linda.
Oh,
One last comment to Meetup. There's a woman called Dixie Decker.
Do you mind putting the name so that I understand? Sorry? Do you mind putting the name in message in chat?
Oh, sure,
so
yeah.
Yeah.
But she does student housing, and she's got a lot of good tips for that.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm also perfect. Yeah, I'm also exploring that because that's closer to University of Washington Bothell campus. So that's definitely one of the other ways. Yeah.
So we're going to hit up Dante. Hey, Dante. Milov here is doing the rent by the room. He's pursuing that business model. Maybe you can give him some tips. You got any tips for him as he's getting started? This is his first property. Any tips as he's getting started you want to give him?
Yeah, so there are a lot of things that I put in place. Depending on how many people you're going to have, I have, so every bathroom, say that's sharing 2 or 3 people, has its own kind of shelf for that person assigned to them. So that, when someone else moves in months later, they don't have to ask for space and all that. Small things like that. Pantry space, fridge space, also all labeled. I have nests to lock the temperature for both like upstairs, downstairs, so nice. They don't have to fight about that stuff. Yep. What else? It's very management heavy.
It is.
I have a Slack set up. Slack is like a communication tool set up for all of them, so they can talk to each other and stuff.
Nice.
What else? I provide paper towels, toilet paper, dish soap, all that stuff. Yeah, just cleaner too, included, and I charge for that on the back end to them. But I provide that just any complications that you could think of that could happen with other people. Coordinating like Venmo each other for toilet paper or like having to clean because nobody really likes to do that.
Right.
Any of those I try to take care of on the front end. So sounds like you're doing some of those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, really good thing about this particular property is even the previous owner was doing the similar thing. So every room has, its own mini fridge and, like chair and desk and bed and everything. But I would love to, get in touch with you if you are open to it.
Yeah.
I can, I'll probably just,
Drop
reach
my
out to
email.
you offline. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Dixie. Yeah.
All right, a new
Yeah, nice to meet you.
bromance, a new bromance. That's what we like, right? Right on. Good stuff, guys.
you.
Anybody else? Anybody else need something? Working on anything? So did somebody say they needed a property manager? Anybody
Yeah.
need a property manager?
Yeah, that was me again. I figured because it's the first time, I would really take some help there.
Joe, if you have Simant's contact information, let me see if I can find it real quick. We'll have it. Are you guys in everybody, regardless of where you are, if you're in LA or you're in New Jersey here, like Tom, you guys should join the Facebook page for Seattle Investors Club if you haven't already. It's the one that has kind of the territorial or the water view background shot, not the one with our logo. Because it's easy for me in that case. Like if you're on there, then I can tag you to introduce you to people that I want you to connect with, if you get what I'm saying. And so, Joe, I don't know if you have Simant's contact information, but his name is Seemant is his first name. Last name Nakra, I'll say Nakra.
Perfect.
And just you can tag him, and you guys can always use me as an excuse when you want to reach out to somebody. If I say their name and say, hey, Julie told me to reach out to you, and just tag him within the Facebook or DM him or whatever. Cool?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
Thanks a lot. Yep.
And again, it doesn't matter where you are. We have resources nationally, and our network is national. So just let us know what you need. So I want to say hi to Tom.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Tom from New Jersey. I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate agent, and I'm also an investor. I'm looking at, I don't have any properties right now, but I'm waiting. I'm hoping the market will correct in the next year and a half. So I'm getting ready to get liquid and purchase something.
Awesome stuff. And the other thing I want to tell you guys is we're all in these different markets, and we're getting more and more people that are in different markets. And I'm actually going to I'm on a panel of a big agent investor summit here coming up with Jennifer Beatles that some of you guys know. We've already recorded it. It's happening in February. And I think what will happen is we'll get more and more people that are in other states outside the Pacific Northwest. And what's great about that in our group here is that we have a lot of investors that want to invest out of state. Between my group here with Seattle Investors Club and the Nuts and Bolts of Real Estate Investing, and some of our friends like Jennifer Beatles and Addicted to ROI. So if you're out of state and you're wholesaling or you get a deal, bring it here to us in the Seattle market, wherever you are, Tom, or whatever. Jennifer, we can do like referral fees if there's brokers involved. It doesn't matter. Just bring the deal. We'll figure out how to get everybody paid, because we have investors that want to invest out of state. Even Dante here might be interested out of state. He seems to be, he's down in LA, and who knows, right? We have lots of people. So don't be afraid to dig out your deals, and let's get them done right here. Let's see, anybody else need anything?
Hey, quick question.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dante.
Thanks, Tiffany. Just a quick question. So these meetings you had, Julie, are they typically in person? And now it's just because of COVID online? And what's the format going to be like once things are back to normal?
Yeah. So yes, Seattle Investors Club has been around since 2012. And up till COVID hit, we were meeting once a week, and we had different locations in person with, in fact, my friend Justin Stiles here running one of those groups for me. We had different locations just in Washington. I'd say the upside, the good news, silver lining with COVID happening is we've brought everything online since COVID hit, and it's actually gone a lot better. So our intention is to stay online like this, because we can get more people interacting from all over the place. And I think it's more beneficial to everybody. And then what I'm going to do is I will have monthly in-person events, and I'll be partnering with people around the country such as if you're in LA, you can run our LA one, or we can do something there, right? Kind of just, if people want to get together in person, we can do that as we're allowed to, as we get out of this thing. And it would be great to have just, satellites of our group around the country. And for those of you that are real estate brokers, I'll just say off the bat, I have something called the VIP education community, which is just for real estate brokers. And it's a free coaching, it's kind of like my personal inner circle with all the resources I bring through the podcast and all my network. It's kind of like supersize that. It's free. If you're interested, we get coached on, on the things that I like focusing on, or what anybody wants to learn about, and whether you're an investor, and you're doing your own flips or your own deals or buy and hold, but you do need to have a real estate license, because the part of the point is to teach real estate agents also how to be investors and how to learn creative real estate as brokers. You can broker. I got paid 4 times on one deal just as a broker by brokering a lease option between a buyer and a seller. And I was able to get myself in there 4 times to get paid. That kind of stuff is the modern way of how real estate brokerage is going to be moving as it continues to disrupt. So I have a personal coaching, I don't want to call it like a platform. It's just kind of like hanging out with me like this every day on 24/7 basis. And all the resources that I'll be giving and related to that. So we'll put that to the side. If you want to ask me about that, just contact me. I'll give you my contact information here at the end today. But so Tiffany, what's up? Did that answer your question, Dante? We're going to stay online, and whoever wants to plug in, wherever they are, like Tom's in New Jersey, he can be the New Jersey branch. You can be the LA branch, right? And
that's awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah, cool. Tom, what's up? So bring us some deals over here.
Will do.
Good stuff. Any other topics? Anything that anybody wants to talk about today? Tiffany, what was up? What do you want to say?
Oh, hey, thanks. This is my first time as well. And I'm looking to get into the short-term rental market potentially. And I would love it if anyone has any experience with that, to maybe bounce some ideas off of them. I also have money to lend. So just looking to connect.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say for you, anybody that has money to lend, that you could reach out if you're here in Washington. I'm not sure. I don't think they lend out of state, but in Washington, and we could find other groups out of state. Maybe I'll task them with helping us do that. You guys can work with Flynn Family Lending, because what they are is private money brokers, just like Kathy's talking about, right? But they specialize in the second positions and cross collateralizing. Or they also do first. But the hardest part when you say you want to have money to lend is sometimes finding something to put your money into. And if you work with Flynn Family Lending on that and say, hey, I'd like to lend some money, how they get paid is they might charge like a point or something like that. But they will bring you deals that they have even vetted, and you tell them, this is my lending criteria, and they will match you up with the borrowers. It's really awesome. Super good. Just as a note, Tiffany, if you're in Washington, you might connect with them.
Yeah, I wrote down her that name. I think you said Beth Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that down. And what was the other one?
Matt Flynn, her husband.
Okay. Yeah, I will reach out to them. I am in Washington. I'm actually down in Edmonds.
Cool. Is anybody here doing short-term rentals, Airbnb type stuff? I know one of the versions of Justin is, go ahead, Justin. We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Uh-oh. Can't hear you. Tiffany, you want to ask, he's going to dial in. You got any specific questions for Justin? And I remind you guys that we just did a kick-ass podcast here with Justin. That'll be dropping in a few weeks. Just stay tuned for that. Can we hear you now, Justin? We'll wait till he jumps on. Anybody else doing short-term rentals? If anybody needs a really great conventional lender that can help you understand how to use your short-term rental income to make sure it gets counted in stuff that you're doing with your financing, I highly recommend our friend Albert Bowie. And he is with Avenue One Capital Inc. That's his own brokerage firm. Albert is the man as far as a ninja when it comes to getting yourself set up to be loved. I want to call him Dr. Albert. To set yourself up. Oh, no, is that you, Justin? That was you. Try it again.
Julie, what was Albert's company name?
Joe, can you drop Albert's contact in the chat if you have it? Albert Bowie is with Avenue One Capital Inc. It's Albert at, let me see what his email is. I'll give it to you right here. Because I just, Albert. It's Albert at Avenue One cap.com. And his last name is Bowie, B-U-I. Guy is brilliant as far as helping investors or anybody who needs to set themselves up to, have lenders love you, right? So what I'm telling everybody, and Justin and I and Joe, we were just talking about this on the podcast, what everybody needs to be doing, now's the time. You know how like you go to the doctor every year, you get your checkup, right? Everybody, regardless of the stage you're in your real estate investing career, or even just wanting to buy primary or whatever you want to do, you should go to like a guy like Dr. Albert, as I call him, or some of our other lender friends, and you get a checkup, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to assess your current situation on where you stand as a borrower. What's your borrowing capacity? What's your strength as a borrower? And how do you get in? How do you set yourself up to get into a better position as a borrower? So you're attractive, you have room to borrow, you're counting all your income, and you are taking advantage and looking at your taxes the right way. I'm talking about Albert Bowie can help with that. And as among Keith Pitch can help with that. Lee can help with that. And his wife, Sarah, who's a lender, can help with that. Anybody wants to raise their hand who's a lender, raise your hand. But the point is that what you should be doing is, depending on how active you are, you go meet with Albert or do a Zoom with him or whatever every few months, 6 months. And you say, this is what I'm planning to do this year. These are my goals. I want to buy, 3 buy and hold properties. And Albert will sit and look at your current position, current deals, current income, and you will plan that out with him. And he will help you make sure or tell you when or how you're going to be able to do it. You need to plan your borrowing ahead of time. If you're an active investor, check in every 3 months, right? I want to refinance this property, whatever, because like we're talking about, if you use hard money and you're doing flips and that kind of stuff, it could mess up your debt to income ratio if you're doing it on a personal level. Justin, go ahead and talk about your experiences in trying to get some of your portfolio financed real quick, if you can talk. Otherwise, use sign language. Can't hear you. Nope. We're having connection issues with Justin today. So, well, Justin will be with us hopefully next time. We'll tap into that, but we can't hear you today, Justin. Sorry, man. Anybody else got anything going on today? We got about 15 minutes left. Gus, you got any deals? We got a wholesaler on the line here. Can you hear me, Gus?
I was just unmuting. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. No deals at the moment. We're busy retooling for the Kalinsky, the Kalinsky podcast.
Yeah.
That was very timely because we're doing exactly that. We're tooling up for that kind of approach next year. We're getting into that. I see a lot of that coming down the market. The regular wholesaling, we're not sure what's going to happen with the market, right?
That's right.
And at the moment, in the marketing we're doing, the people we're getting back, sellers, they all want retail or higher.
And as we said, there's a way to give them the price they want with structured terms, right? And we always say structured real estate, we mean different types of creative real estate options. That is my major focus here the first quarter. And we are so lucky to have Kevin and Troy and Mariska and these people as part of our inner circle here. And I will be tapping into Kevin. Now, Kevin, if you guys haven't listened to that podcast, actually has a newsletter that you can join. So I will ask him to post information about that. And he sent me a document after that podcast that is a kind of a summary of the Miss Annie case study, I think. And if you listen to that podcast all the way to the end, right? Once you've done that, email me and I will send you the document. Anybody
I've
who's
listened to it twice. Is that good?
You're good. Yeah. So just text me your email address so I make sure I have it, and I will make sure you get that. We'll make sure you. And so just so you know, guys, every week we're going to be recording. These are all recorded. They've been recorded all year. You can listen to them on our YouTube page. But now here in 2021, moving forward, we're still recording these weekly meetings, but they are not going to be on our YouTube page. They're going to be in our Seattle Investors Club membership site for access just for the members. Now, how can I make it easy on you? Is that it only costs $220 a year to be a member of Seattle Investors Club. And you're going to get access to all these recordings, like if you can't make it and all that kind of stuff, and the rest of the stuff that we will be adding into the membership site as we go. You know, lots of times we're going to be sharing everything, but once in a while when something's super special, we're going to give an extra special perk to our members because it's honestly the cheapest education you can find for $220 a year. And Joe, we should actually run a special later today. Joe, can you hear me? Why don't you go ahead and change the, Joe, the Join Seattle Investors Club membership for the rest of today to just $150, however you do that, if you can hear me, Joe. So we're going to guys. Okay, so if you guys got joined Seattle Investors Club today by midnight, if you haven't already, it's going to cost you only $150 versus the $220. Okay. Anybody else got anything they need here today? Anything? So Linda, let me check in and see if anybody's answered your need. Blah, 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 blah. Got a lot of people liking the question, so that must be a common question.
Yeah.
Somebody's typing something right now, it looks like, so we'll wait here and after the fact. Linda, why don't you text me? Make sure, I know we talked on the phone the other day, but I get a lot of calls. So can you text me and say, hey, it's Linda, in case someone answers this? But all of you guys should jump on the Facebook page for Seattle Investors Club so I can tag you. And then also make sure you join Washington Real Estate Investing. We call it WARE. If you haven't yet joined WARE, that's even a bigger group. That's even a bigger group. Somebody referred me to somebody else to get that answer for you. But I think I can get it from Mariska, actually. So do you know Mariska Pilch, Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know. You should ask that question to Mariska.
I have, and yeah.
No answer?
Well, I did, but I've had previous experience with the attorney that was recommended. A couple of us have, and I would not recommend it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So we'll keep on the hunt for that. I actually think somebody on my team has an escrow or attorney that will do that. So I'll check in with my guys, Jacob and Brandon, on that. But text me so I don't forget.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else need anything here today? Really appreciate it. Is there anybody we didn't say hi to that's new? We know everybody. Anne, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? Happy New Year.
Good. Hi. I'm pretty brand new, first time here. Just looking to learn, gathering a lot of information. I've been just reading books and listening to a lot of podcasts and YouTube videos. I live in Edmonds. I did kind of a mini house hack where I our primary residence. We rent out to a family member, so it helps with the mortgage. But I'm looking to do the next house hack. So that's just my little goal there.
Somebody text me because I think I can get my hands on like a house hacking webinar from our friend Jennifer Beatles, or find a way for you to get your hands on that, which would be a deep dive on house hacking. Who wants to volunteer to say, text me house hack so I don't forget? My number is 206. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. How you guys can reach me. You can call me anytime. I prefer if you text me. Text Julie Clark at. Sorry guys, I have to talk out loud. That's what happens when you have 12 years old. When you have 12-year-olds, you do everything out loud. All right, I put in the chat. So if you haven't seen the chat, is it on or Ann? How do I say your name?
I go by Ann. Yes.
Okay.
It's just just a short Ann. It's a short Ann.
You got it. So Ann, Tiffany has put in the chat, hi, that she's also in Edmonds and would like to connect with you.
Sure, of course. Hi, Tiffany.
Yeah, you guys figure out how to connect with each other. Again, it'd be nice if you're all on our Facebook page for Seattle Investors Club, because then you can just find each other on there easy. That's, I'm not a tech expert, so that's my dumb way of connecting you guys, but.
I just applied to be on your Facebook.
Yes, I just did the same thing too.
All right, guys. It's about that time, wrapping down 10 minutes. Anybody have anything funny happen to them this week that they want to share? Or anybody want to share their goals? Why don't we do anybody willing to share their goals? Shout it to the world right now while you have the chance. Kind of like, collective keeping you to it. Anybody have any big goals? Go ahead, Justin.
I just purchased a new computer over the holidays, and my goal is to get this thing up and running with all my passwords and accounts and software that's on my old computer by the end of 2021.
Yeah, there you go.
Another feeling.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, I want you guys to meet, since Justin spoke up, now I can pick on him. This is Justin Stiles. He is a real estate broker as well as a general contractor, and he owns a design build firm with his wife, Ashley, House of Stiles. Go ahead, Justin, tell everybody what you do so they might be able to use you as a resource.
Yeah, hey, I'm, like Julie said, I'm a real estate broker with EXP, working with Julie in our VIP community. I'm also a general contractor. We've been remodeling houses, flipping houses for, over almost 10, 15 years now. And my wife is an interior designer, and we have a design and remodel business that she manages, and it's called House of Stiles, Stiles with an I, little play on our last name. But she's actually starting to work with some other investors right now, putting packages together for designing the flips with just a straight fee, which will go and kind of make sure that everything matches and looks good, and to look a little bit more like a remodel, a little less like a flip, which can be pretty invaluable. And she can whip that together for you pretty quick if anyone's interested in something like that.
Justin Canberra's asking, what area do you do your rehab work in?
We've gone all the way. I live in Sammamish, between Redmond and Issaquah, for those who aren't familiar. And we've gone all the way down to University Place, Tacoma, all the way up to Lake Stevens. We have guys, our crews, and the people that we sub out to live all the way down in the Tacoma area and all the way up to Anacortes. So we can pretty much hit up. I don't like to go too far south, but we can go all the way up to Bellingham, as far east as Cle Elum. Peninsula, it's got to be the right thing. So,
can you put your contact information in the chat? Your cell phone.
Awesome. So Justin is my go-to guy in my whole world. If I have a construction question, I'll hit Justin up all hours of the day and night. He's part of the VIP education community, which is cool. So what I've got going there is I have basically got like my smartest and most talented friends that all have different disciplines that happen to also have a real estate license. So I've created this community of support, collaboration, synergies. So we have experts in everything you could think of, right? Not just real estate brokerage stuff, but experts in seller financing, and creative deal structuring, general contractors. We have both Justin and we have Chris Myers with Revision Homes. We have people that are expert at, like zero down type of stuff. We have, you name it. We have, my background's in multifamily and commercial. We have a land developer, a land entitlement broker. So we have basically everything we could think of that we need help with, we've got in our world. And that's available also to you guys on these Thursday calls, right? Because I can't talk today. So this is what we do. We kind of round it up here on Thursdays. But it's really fun. I mean, the network is growing. So anybody else can think of anything they need before we sign off? It is New Year's Eve. And I hope you guys have all set your goals or hang up and work on that. It's super important to do that, to have goals that you can work towards and many steps along the way. So please take that serious. That isn't just like a cliche thing that people say. My number one recommendation to you guys as investors or just in your personal lives or whatever is to meet with your favorite conventional lender or a few of them, and that becomes a routine for you. So I believe that people start in real estate investing, and Justin and Canberra and I were talking about this with Albert the other day, backwards. They go and they learn how to flip a house or wholesale or whatever, and they don't understand that the power is understanding the debt and equity side of the equation. If you can understand the debt and equity side of the equation in real estate, you will see deals differently. More deals will come to you. That and the structured deal and the creative real estate stuff. I as your leader of the club here, I would say those are the two things that I think you would all be smartest to spend time on as soon as possible, right? Aside from your goals, in order to reach your goals faster, focus, go meet with a lender, figure out what borrowing lane that you're in, and how you can get into a faster lane, and how to manage your income and your taxes to set you up for, if you have a goal, if you want to buy 3 or 4 rental properties this year, well, you need to be able to finance those, right? And if you're flipping a few and keeping one out of the pack, you need to understand how that flip is going to affect your debt to income ratio. Might screw you up for a minute, okay? When you go to get refinanced on one of your properties, go and meet and have your best friend be a lender. Most important player on your team, if you ask me, and learn real estate from the debt and equity side rather than let me go find a house to flip and then later figure out how to refinance out of it if you have any trouble or keep it as a buy and hold. That's too late by then. Your flow of the whole deal might be off or wrong. And the other thing I want to point out to you guys is beware of who you bring on as a partner, because your partner their credit is going to have to be reviewed as part of your partnership if you're doing buy and hold, or if you have a flip go bad and you need to keep it for a while and you need to finance off of your hard money loan. It's very, very important that you're not bringing on, just because a general contractor wants to be your partner, if their credit sucks, that could bring you down. That could make it harder for you in your deals. Okay, so we're going to do a podcast on that exact topic to narrow in and zero in on it, but this is your heads up of things that you probably want to speak about. And then of course, if you're a veteran or VA, you can use a VA loan. Listen to the podcast that we did with Dion. He's kind of our in-house expert now on all that stuff that we're happy to have. Justin up here is our expert. If any of you have jobs or friends or know other people that work for some of the tech companies that offer the RSUs, Justin's the expert on how to use that. That'll help you with your financing and your capital raising without even selling your RSUs, for example. You need to know the ins and outs of how those can be used to your benefits. So just because, you're not going to use those yourself, or you don't have the use of those, you might know somebody else who does. And when you give value to other people, they remember that, right? And maybe they're going to come back and do a deal or introduce you to somebody. So share this information that you're learning, not just with yourself, but with this is a lifestyle that we've all chosen to live in real estate, right? Plug people into this group. They're going to thank you, right? We want to just help everybody. There's no agenda here other than just to have a collective genius and share resources. So really appreciate it. I'm excited to see people coming in outside more from out of the market that we're in, because we need you guys to bring deals to us here in Seattle. There's people that might want to partner with you, Dante, down where you're at, or people that might want to partner with you, Tom, out in New Jersey. So if you're out of state today, raise your hand. I think it's just Tom and Dante. And Justin, where are you at? Type it in the chat. Or
I'm in Milwaukee and Detroit.
There you go, right there. Right there. So if you have friends from other markets that want to get involved in real estate investing, plug them in, because I'm going to plug them in not only to our group, but I'm going to plug you into our out-of-state investing group and the friends that we cross promote and we all hang out together. That would be something that we can all benefit from, is getting to know people in other states. Our network is wide and deep. So let me check the chat here. We're got a little RSU chat going on. Dante says, who is the RSU expert? That's Justin Cambra. Justin, did you drop your contact info in there in the chat?
Yeah, I can repost it.
Okay, repost it. And remember, guys, this is recorded. So you can go back, and if you can't remember who somebody is, just text me. Again, my number's, write it down if you aren't chat friendly, 206-910-2985, or just Julie at SeattleInvestorsClub.com. That's investors with an S. You can reach me in those two places. And if you can't remember who somebody was and they said something and you just remember the topic they were talking about, just hit me up, and I will see if I can remember who that was and connect you. Aaron, go ahead, Aaron, say it yourself.
Just responding about the self-directed funds. So, there's the Sidra is one avenue, and then the EQRP, which is kind of like a solo 401k. It's another type of fund, but it doesn't have the UBIT tax if you flip a house and use leverage in the retirement account. I set that up through Total Control Financial, Damian Lupo. I've been using that, and I've got it pretty much maxed out in investments now, which is good. I've bought metals in there. I've got notes that I've purchased in there.
Hey, Aaron, why don't you set up why don't we co-host a podcast on that topic with your person?
So yeah, let me contact Damian and see. I'm sure he'd love to do that, actually.
Okay, let's do that, and I'll turn it over to Joe to make those arrangements. Okay.
Yep, I'll give myself an action item on that right now.
Anybody that has a subject matter, a podcast topic that you'd like me, we have a pretty good pull that we can get people. I'm trying to get Joe to get people I'm like, Joe, just ask Ellen DeGeneres to be on the podcast. She likes to flip, right? Why not? You don't get what you don't ask for. I'd love to be cracking up, or Vanilla Ice. So let's do a little celebrity house flipping show with something like that. That'd be kind of funny. But I'm just joking, kind of, not really. But anybody have a topic they'd like covered? If you guys have topics you want covered in deep dive, because that's what we do, just either contact me or drop them in the chat or text me what topic that is, and I will track down who best to speak with on that, and we will go deep dive. And you can co-host it with me if you want. I don't mind co-hosting on our podcast with anybody who has a topic and they have somebody they want to introduce to me. You're welcome to co-host with me. That's always fun. I don't need to be the only one talking. I also will go ahead. Speak up. Who's that talking? Who had something to say there? Anybody? I'm just going to keep talking. All right, I'm just going to keep talking. So I want to remind you guys that in 2021, we've kicked off something new. And that involves all of you people, everybody that is touching us through Seattle Investors Club and the nuts and bolts of real estate investing. We are inviting you and begging you, actually. I would please love for you guys to send me a video, 2 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't care really how long it is, about anything that you are having an aha moment about or specializing in, or a DIY hack for construction, or tips, for example, Dante, on the co-living stuff, or VA loan tips for anybody, like Willie, this loan that you figured out, which is an alternative to the VA with the Banner Bank 1%. Send us a video that says, hey, this is Willie, and I just want to share with you guys a great resource that I found as an alternative to the VA. Send me that video. We are going to post videos on our YouTube page from all you guys, right? Not only does that give you some credibility, you can say at the end, hey, I'm looking for deals that look like this. You can tell people the type of deals that you're looking for. I want funny stuff, just funny shit that happens, right? You got Justin Stiles will hook us up there. Any contractor tips, any, anything, aha moments, like, or something bad happened and you solved it, share it with us. Anything goes. Send it to me at julie@seattleinvestorsclub.com. I need the video, and I need just like a cover photo, kind of like we'll call it a thumbnail photo that we can use with it. Okay. Send me whatever you think would fit that. And we are going to have some fun this year with our YouTube page. We're inviting everybody to do this. Lenders, property managers, contractors, you name it. You touch the real estate business. And we are going to allow you guys, we haven't decided if that's monthly, weekly, or how that's going to look yet, vote on your favorite videos. And we're going to give prizes out, not big deal prizes, or maybe we will, I don't know. Maybe it's going to turn into something that we are going to give big deal stuff away. I don't know yet. I'm going to build it with you guys. I think it would be fun. Everybody likes to hear from other people. I don't want to be the one, I talk too much. I don't want to do all the talking. I want you guys to, I don't know everything. I learn it from you guys. So let's please join us and be fun. I want funny stuff. We're going to tag it. We're going to help promote you, help bring you deals too. Okay. We love to hear from you. So shoot those videos, please, and shoot them to me at julie@seattleinvestorsclub.com. It'll be super fun. It'll be fun, funny, all that jazz. All right. Anybody else? So we're going to we'll hook up the self-directed podcast there, Aaron. Anybody else today? Does anybody have any health questions? Any fitness or health questions? You guys may not realize that, but my partner, Joe Bauer, right here in the middle of your screen, Mr. Wonderful, as we call him, Captain America, whatever you want to call him. Joe is a health and fitness expert. And honestly, if you guys have any quick health or fitness questions, I want you to bring those every week too. Go ahead, Joe. Tell them a little bit about you for a second.
In fact, I am going straight from this to my mother's 68th birthday workout. Yes, she's 68 years old, and the workout that I programmed for her is so hard that it's going to be hard for me to do. So if that tells you anything about where I come from. But yeah, I run an online at-home fitness program called the Get Better Project, where it basically just follows along what I do on a daily basis, fitness, health, whatever, with only 2 dumbbells. So been proving it for the last 20 plus years. And if anybody's interested about that, or like Julie says, I'm the same way as Julie in that, like, we just want to help people. So if anybody's like, I've got a question about this diet or this supplement or this training program, I'm always happy to help out. So just let me know anytime.
Question, I ask Joe, right? Joe, they want you to pop the Get Better Project info in the chat, please.
Will do.
So it's called, is it called the Get Better or just Get Better?
There's a the. I haven't been able to outright purchase it without the yet. someday.
The Get Better Project. You should look him up on all the social media channels you can find. Look up the Get Better Project, and you will see what we're talking about with Mr. Joe Bauer here. So he loves answering health and fitness and nutrition questions. So there you go. That's your hookup, right? There you go. Anybody else? All right, that's it today, guys. Next time.
Hey, Joe, I want to let you know that this 2020, last week when they were playing the Seahawks game, they showed how tall and how heavy DK Metcalf is. And if y'all don't know who that is, he's pretty much a beast. And I'm only 5'10", and I weigh 9 pounds less than him. So we need to talk.
How fast he is.
Justin, I got you, man. I've had you for a while, brother. I just need a little interaction, my man.
I know. I got to do it, man. I just, once I get this computer set up with my passwords.
I want to say on a side note also, you guys, if any of you guys have side hustles or full-time gigs and you share with us what you're doing. We're here to just help promote everybody. This isn't, we're just like one big hug over here. So let's whatever you guys need or want to share, let's do it, help other people. So all right. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been fun. You can catch the recording, like I said, on this one, on the back end. I guess this will be the last one that we post on our YouTube page. And then reminder, if you want to join us in Seattle Investors Club, Joe, you're going to change it to 150 for the rest of the day till midnight, right? What do they have to do that, Joe? How does that work?
I'm going to post it in the show notes right here. It's already up. There you go.
So,
I'm sorry, the chat.
If I go post this though on our Facebook page or wherever afterwards, they don't need a code or anything, right? They just go join. You just set it up. It's 150 for the rest of the day.
Yep, it may even be for tomorrow too. So don't tell anybody.
You're snowboarding and you.
I just couldn't get the software to work just for today. I think it needed like a day lag or something. So.
Okay, there you go. All right, guys. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Have a safe one. No drinking and driving, and wear your masks, all that jazz. I highly appreciate you guys showing up today on this kind of a holiday. So
thanks very much. This was very helpful.
We'll see you guys. Awesome, Linda. Thanks to see your face, huh? And we'll see you guys. Bye, Kathy. Bye, everybody. Bye, Willie.
New Year, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Check
you.
it out. All right. Bye-bye.